Okay. Some of the other things that we'll try to do, maybe on the weekend specifically, is the lobby loop slide, making sure that they have a timer and that are appropriate. So things that we'll do, one is like, okay, maybe we're don't want this one right here. Well, right now it's enabled. We're gonna disable it. Okay, so kind of see how it's differently shaded. This is kind of more grayed out versus this one. So that means it's disabled. So then when it gets here, it's just gonna skip over this slide and go to this slide. We'll see that in a second. Sorry, they're preparing for switch. All right, so boom. And then, so now we kind of see these like 10-second markers on these guys. So that is a go to next timer. So every one of these slides needs to have a go to next timer in the weekend announcements. If it doesn't, it's just gonna get stuck. So how do we change that? Right here where it says go to next timer, we're gonna have 10 seconds. Great. Now, this last one's a little bit different. This last one has this check mark that says loop to beginning. So that's what that's gonna do is once it gets here, it's gonna jump back to slide number 1, and it will then recycle through the thing. The other thing to double check is whether or not where is it? My goodness. Oh, there it is. Media action is in foreground. We want it on foreground because if it's on background, it would just jump too far or like jump really quickly and then it'll kind of mess up some of the slides. So make sure it's on foreground. Other things we might look at is the action. So I'll get into that in a second.